One of my favorite robot vacuums just got an upgrade. This is the Narwal Flow 2. Let's find out more. Before we start, this is a sponsored video by Narwal, but as with all my sponsored videos, they had absolutely no editorial input or control over what I say. It does remain a review and not a showcase, so I will be speaking my mind, objectively unbiased. Narwal did not see a script or tell me what to say or not to say. And before we take a deeper look at the Narwal Flow 2, let me tell you why the Narwal Flow, and by extension the Flow 2, is one of my favorite robot vacuums. And there's fundamentally two main reasons for that. The first reason is the mopping technology. And for that to make sense, let's take a step back to talk about how mopping robots work and the different kinds of mopping robots or technologies in mopping robot. The first one is the vibrating pad. As the name suggests, there's a mopping pad that vibrates as the robot is cleaning to mimic scrubbing action. There's also rotating mopping robots. These have two rotating discs, and these mops rotate to clean as well, kind of also mimicking scrubbing action. And they work. Both these technologies can clean very well and can get close to the edge, but they both share a fundamental weakness, and that is at their core, it's a microfiber that is being saturated with water. Potentially, it can also be dragging dirt around, especially if your floors are quite dirty or you've got some stains or even wet messes. Now, generally, most of them do go back to their docking station and clean their mopping pads throughout the cleaning process. This is typically time-based. So after a certain period of time, or after they finish cleaning a particular room, they go back to the base. There's no active sensors that are detecting how dirty the mopping pads are or if they are dragging dirt around. The other weakness here is that because, again, they're microfiber cloths, they can get saturated, especially if you have some liquid messes on the floor. And again, if they're saturated, they're going to be dragging that filth across your floors. And this is where the third type of mopping robot really shines, the rolling or track mopping system, which is what the Narwal Flow and Flow 2 today are. This consists of a rolling mop that is continuously being fed with fresh water as it is rotating. So it's continuously being cleaned, but more importantly, it's sucking out all the dirty water and placing them in a dirty water tank on the robot itself. The benefit then, of course, you're always mopping with a clean mop. It does not really get saturated because the dirty water is being squeegeed in and sucked into a tank. But also the fact that it can suck water onto a dirty tank means if there are wet spills on the floor, instead of saturating the rotating or vibrating mops, it actually can suck them into that dirty water tank. And the Narwal Flow is smart enough to detect when there's a wet spill like this one, and not only does it stop its vacuum, but it also backs into the spill so it doesn't get the brush all dirty, and in one pass it is able to get all the spill out, as you can see. And this is the first reason why I really like the Narwal Flow and the Narwal Flow 2, because they employ that rolling track mopping system, which has its benefits, especially if you have a lot of dirty floors or potentially wet spills on your floors. The mopping pad is also quite large, as you can see, so there's a larger surface contact area on the floor, which also means it cleans better or more efficiently. So that's the first reason why I love the Narwal Flow, and obviously the mopping capabilities of a mopping robot is an important reason. But there's a second important factor as well. No matter how great the mopping capabilities of a robot vacuum are, if it doesn't navigate well, it becomes pretty useless in my opinion. And this brings us to the second reason why I absolutely love the Narwal Flow. Its navigation system, which was second to none. The Narwal Flow 2 is no exception. It has dual RGB cameras, uses AI, and recognizes obstacles. And there's a dual benefit to that. Not only does it help it navigate around obstacles and not get stuck, but also has implications on its cleaning strategy. And the robot can adapt its cleaning based on what the cameras are detecting in front of them. And we'll see that in just a bit. So let's get started with the dual RGB cameras and the obstacle recognition or the navigation capabilities of the robot. As you can see, I set out an obstacle course for the robot. It included a sock, a shoe, a charging cable, and poop, common objects you might find around your house on which a robot can get stuck or tangled. With the exception of the poop, which I hope is not a common object you find, but if you have pets, this is something that you could find. And the reason I include that in those tests is to see if the robot recognizes that and navigates around it or goes through it just by spreading poop around your floors. And as you can see, the narwhal navigated flawlessly around all of these obstacles, recognizing them all, not even touching any of them. And something like a sock or a cable are typically what a lot of robots get stuck on or tangled on. And again, as you can see, flawless navigation around them. And now here's a more difficult or more challenging obstacle, a long charging cable. And again, as you can see, not only does the narwhal recognize it, but actually navigates along the contours of the cable, almost hugging that wire with remarkable accuracy. Now, granted, it does not get too close to the wire in fears of getting stuck or tangled, but it's remarkable how it's able to navigate itself around the contours of that cable while cleaning that area. But as I said earlier, there's another use case or benefit from those dual RGB cameras in that it actually recognizes objects and adjusts its cleaning strategy according to what it recognizes. And to demonstrate that, let's go into the cleaning test. And in the first test, I sprinkled some sesame seeds on the floor. And as the robot approached those sesame seeds, it instantly detected what it calls granular waste. It increased the suction power, and it even stopped the side spinning brush so that it doesn't scatter that waste. It then proceeded to clean this area more meticulously before going on to clean the rest of the area. But even more impressive is that it actually can recognize wet messes too. In addition to the sesame, I spilled some juice on the floor, a wet mess. And again, as the robot approached, it first recognized the sesame, did the same thing, boosted suction power, and got rid of all those sesame seeds. And then it recognized the wet spill. It stopped the vacuum, stopped the rotating side brush, and went over that spill, sucking up all that juice in the first run. And this is a perfect example of where this style of mopping robot actually shines. In the presence of wet spills, which could potentially saturate a rotating or spinning mop, pose absolutely no issue to something like the Narwal Flow, which is easily able to suck all that juice onto the onboard water tank. Onto something more challenging, stuck on coffee and ketchup. These stains have been left out for 12 hours to dry. And again, those dual RGB cameras in conjunction with AI recognition recognized those spills. And what that triggered is intensive cleaning of this area, which is great. That meant the robot is going to focus on cleaning this area multiple times before carrying on with regular cleaning. This also meant the robot goes back to its charging dock to clean the roller mop before going back to continue cleaning that area. So here a quick note and observation. I found the narwhal was a bit too aggressive in the mop rewashing strategy that it employed. It went back to wash its mop 3 or 4 times during that short period of time, to the point where it would clean for a couple of seconds and then go back to wash the mop. This is something that definitely can change in the future with software updates. And technically speaking, this is annoying if you're just sitting there and watching the robot clean, as I was running these tests. But pragmatically, in real world use cases, probably you're just running this autonomously and letting it do its job, in which case it matters less how many times it goes back to the dock and back to continue cleaning, if you're just letting it do its job, maybe even when you were not home. But this was just a small observation that I noted. But nonetheless, the good and surprising results. The coffee stain, I expected this to clean it, as most mopping robots do a good job at cleaning the coffee stain. The dried on ketchup, however, is a different story, and this is a tough stain to get out. Most, if not all, mopping robots actually fail at getting it out without manual intervention. That is, without me having to send them out 2 or 3 or 4 times to continue cleaning. And it takes a very long time to get that stain out. With the Narwal Flow 2, the fact that it recognizes this as a stain and triggered intensive cleaning meant it actually cleaned that area intensively. And from that first run that I sent it out on, it got all of that ketchup stain out, which was pretty impressive. And the last thing we can see in this cleaning test is the edge cleaning capability of the Narwal Flow 2. As you can see, the coffee was extended at the edge, and I think the Flow did an okay job. I expected it a little bit better. It got somewhat close to the edge, but not greatly close. But this is typically what I see with this style of mopping robots. I'm not going to hold it against the Narwal Flow too much, but it's worth mentioning. Lastly, anti-hair tangle test to see how well the brush roll tangles or does not get tangled on hair. As you can see, I laid out a bunch of hair on the floor, had the robot go over them, and after the cleaning session was done, this is what the brush roll looked like. As you can see, almost tangle-free, which is great if you have pets at home or someone who sheds a lot of hair. When the cleaning tests are done, the robot goes back to its docking station. It washes the mop with hot water. This is 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius warm water washing. I couldn't really capture how hot it is because the mechanism was deep inside the docking station. However, after that cleaning session was done, the mopping pads were very warm to the touch. Using my thermal cameras, I saw temperatures around 50 degrees Celsius. That was the residual heat after the cleaning was done, which clearly indicates the use of hot water or warm water while washing the mops. And after the mop is washed, it proceeds to the drying with hot air. And this is another thing I absolutely loved with the Narwal Flow, was how loud or not loud the drying session was. Now, for many people, this might be inconsequential, especially if you have the robot in a different room. In my case, the robot sits in an open space. So with a lot of robots, the drying produces a pretty annoying hum that's always there. The Narwal Flow 2 dries at about 34 decibels, which is audible. There's that hum. But if you go in the app, you can actually trigger silent drying. And look what happens when you click that. It drops it from 34 decibels to about 30 decibels, which is barely audible. And I absolutely love that. You don't always see that on a lot of the robot vacuums. And the fact that it can dry nearly silently in my open space is a huge plus. So that's it for the cleaning tests of the Narwal Flow 2. As you saw, it did an excellent job in everything we threw at it. Be it the navigation, the obstacle course, the mopping capabilities were excellent. It got that tough ketchup stain out in a single run. So everything I threw at it, it handled greatly. There is a feature I was not able to test thoroughly, which works with the AI object recognition. The Narwal Flow 2 is able to recognize valuable objects on the floor and kind of tell you where they are or if it recognizes valuable objects. The version I've been testing is a pre-release version, so that capability is not yet fully implemented. It did recognize my wallet when I left it on the floor. It showed me that on the map that a valuable object was recognized, but I couldn't really test the full capacity of that feature. And while it's a cool feature to have, I question how beneficial practically such a feature could be. And in terms of look, the docking station is completely redesigned from the first generation Narwal Flow. And I actually absolutely love the new design. It's very sleek, it's very modern. It also has a nice LED status light on the front. It looks really nice sitting in your home. There's also an auto detergent dispensing tank, which I also absolutely love. This means you can fill this with detergent. You no longer have to manually mix in detergent in the clean water tank. The Narwal Flow is going to automatically adjust and dose the right amount of detergent while it's cleaning. That tank, as well as the dust bag, now are under the water tanks rather than from the front. So the front of the machine no longer opens, and to access those, you just remove the water tanks and you find the dust bag and the detergent tank. So that's it for my review of the Narwal Flow 2. As you saw, it's a very capable machine. Navigation, AI, object recognition, second to none. Mopping capability, fantastic as well. Essentially everything you want from a mopping vacuum robot, there in the Narwal Flow 2. The only thing I wish was a bit different was that if the robot itself was a bit slimmer, it's slightly on the larger side, which makes it a bit difficult for it to go under some baseboards. I'll put links in the description to the product page of the Narwal Flow 2. These could be affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase this, I would appreciate if you would go through these links. I may earn some commission and absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.